What's up, bitches? So, today we're gonna learn about how to beat, or actually, no, let's just call it the problem with the separation and age gap. So, the difference is this: when millennials were in school, there were two things happening. We were all getting clicked up. Social media wasn't really a thing yet. MySpace, Facebook, little shit like that. But they didn't have every platform available that they have today. So, thinking big picture, look at it like this. If you had every means to get every bit of information out of your head onto a piece of paper or a platform or text it to a friend or anything like that, there'd be a lot more drama in your life, because back when we were in school, you couldn't do all that shit because you needed to wait till tomorrow to actually say the thing to the fucking person you were trying to talk it to. Or you had to freaking text it on T9, which took for fucking ever. You can only get so much done in a text message. So, times have changed. Right now, they're finding that depression rates are skyrocketing in high school students because high school students feel like they can't be themselves because everything that they fucking do is being judged beyond belief. I think it's kind of fucking true, but I mean, look at the facts. Like, you know, if a kid sends one tweet, one Instagram photo, one Facebook post that vents about their feelings or talks about how they really feel, or, you know, you express any bit of actual emotion that you have going on in your life, you get fucking shamed for the next, I don't know how many weeks of your life just because you decided to open up to the world for once. So, I think of it like this. In today's day and age, there's a huge thing going on where anything that you're doing at any point in time is being watched by someone else who cannot wait for you to slip up so they can finally tell the world about your L, or finally post it out in the world as the one thing that you did wrong, right? So you're finding depression rates going up. They said like the average, like there's like 67% of kids these days are like depressed. Like like that's a ridiculous number. If you really think about it, like when I was in high school, we were like, you know, it wasn't an issue. Like, yeah, I'm sure there were people that were depressed, but it was like a significant number of emotional kids that just sat off in the corner and listened to like rock music and like wore all black to school and stuff like that. Like, it wasn't like it is today where like every kid is depressed but looks like they're not depressed, because social media is doing this thing where excuse me, I do that often, I burp. Anyways, hey, forgive me, okay? It's a freaking bodily function. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Social media is doing this thing where it actually releases a certain amount of dopamine per every post or attention you get on your phone. So phones are, you know, everyone has one these days. So being is that every post you get, you're counting the amount of likes it's getting, you're counting the amount of retweets your tweets are getting, you're counting all these different statistics that shouldn't be counted in actual happiness, and that is actually translating into how you feel about yourself. It is sad that as a society we actually feel that way about ourselves, and that we let our likes and how much attention we get on the internet actually determine these things. But then you're saying, well, look at you, asshole, you're making a YouTube video. Yeah, no shit, but I'm putting exactly how I feel out there for someone else to fucking judge it, and not just sitting back behind a fucking computer watching me judge it. So I'm not saying you're a piece of shit, but I'd prefer if you weren't being a piece of shit to me. Just saying. So, if kids really want to, like, you know, better their mental health, what should they do? They should probably start with actually looking in the mirror and seeing that, yeah, these people are my friends, acquaintances, something along those lines. Rarely do you actually have a friend in this world. And the amount of followers you have is not determine the amount of people that like you, because I know a bunch of people who have thousands of followers that they don't even know, and it makes them feel special when their pictures get to 220 likes or to 500 likes or whatever it may be. They feel so fucking good about themselves. But then I talk to them on a one-on-one basis and they're like, yeah, but like honestly, like something's just missing, like I'm still a fucking depressed piece of shit. It's because they have become addicted to that dopamine that they are getting from their social media. And when you're hanging out with them and you're not Snapchatting them, you're not putting that camera in their face, they don't feel special. They feel fucking normal. And that makes them depressed for some reason. So why is it becoming like that? I don't fucking know, but what I can tell you is the times are only getting worse when that happens, meaning that it's about the last time in the world right now where you can finally build a connection without a phone and it like be normal. Like, if you are not Facebook official with your girlfriend, if you are not Snapchatting your girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend would literally tell me, if you're not, I don't care if you post me on your Instagram, but if you're not posting me on your Snapchat, something's up. And I was thinking to myself, like, where the fuck does Snapchat matter that much? It doesn't. It really doesn't. But to her, it was like, well, if you're not putting me on Snapchat, you probably don't like me that much. That's like how I can tell. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why do I need to tell anyone that I like you? Whose fucking business is it that I like you? And she's like, well, what about all these other girls that are watching your Snapchat and they're not seeing me in it? They're just thinking you're single. And I was like, who the fuck thinks like that? Okay, so you're telling me that the whole time that we've hung out, and then when we go to lunch or we go to dinner, and you only take a picture of your food, and you don't put my silhouette or whatever in the freaking background of that food, that some guy is looking at that and going, oh, she's still single. Yeah. I don't think anyone gives that much of a fuck. The fact that we look that deep at how much someone treats us as a matter of importance on social media is sad to me. And I will say, if you actually believe that if somebody hasn't posted you on their Instagram or on their Snapchat, you need to find a fucking mirror and tell yourself I love you 100 times before you go to bed tonight, because it is a fucking issue and you need to get over the addiction that is social media. You need to recreate the dopamine and the serotonin. You need to actually fall in love with yourself again, because in today's day and age, everyone's fucking depressed and everyone's taking fucking painkillers. Everyone's hitting a nigga for Adderall. Everyone's all up in that shit, and if you can't get over it, you're just gonna get caught in like the rest and fucking depressed. So, you know what I mean? Hope you guys fucking took that shit to heart, because I fucking mean it from the fucking heart. This shit drives me nuts. I'm seeing it every fucking day. I have a grown-ass man as a friend. He's fucking 25 years old, and he says, I don't know, man. I just feel like my life is just normal. And I was like, you fucking think? Like, well, what did you expect? Oh, I just didn't think it was gonna be like this. I'm like, okay, you got your degree, check. You got a job, check. What the fuck more do you want? I just don't know. What the fuck do you mean? Like, did we get one too many participation awards? Was your ass white for you your whole fucking life, so you feel like you don't ever have to struggle a day in your life and you just don't know how else to go about it besides venting to me about how you don't feel important? Like, worth is something that is self-defined. You define that within yourself. If you are going to be a little bitch at 25 and you're not getting enough attention from somebody besides yourself, and you need to go that extra mile and vent to me about it, you need to find a fucking therapist or a mirror and tell yourself I love you a million fucking times. And you need to take all those gold medals that you got when you were in fucking high school and throw them in the fucking trash, because they're doing you no good now. The life that you once knew and the life that you thought you were entitled to is not there, okay? Just know that it's not fucking there. Alright? Anyways, though, you fuckers have a good night. I love you too. Wrong fucking button.